And Miss Budweiser's one of the boats coming up in Heat 1A, along with the Valvoline Miss Madison, Ellis Park, Winston Eagle, and the American Spirit. American Spirit is in lane number 1. Valvoline Miss Madison, lane number 2. Lane 3, Miss Budweiser, Ellis Park, lane 4, and Winston Eagle on the far outside. Right now, it is the Miss Budweiser and the Winston Eagle getting light going into turn number 1.
Oh, if they really tight there, Dick, all those boats in that tight Madison turn, looks like the Miss Budweiser out on top off of corner number 2 and Dr. Backshoot. And these are just 3-lapper sprints.
Miss Budweiser taking the lead out of there. Looks like Miss Madison has gone dead in the turn. She has. Once again, the Valvoline Miss Madison has gone dead in that turn. Mike Hanson very concerned about handling that boat on the inside. He actually spun the boat as it went through the turn. At the far end of the course now, Winston Eagle playing a little bit of catch-up as he comes under the bridge, trying to get up into second place. Respooling on the Valvoline Miss Madison. Mike Hanson has got the boat back up on plane. He gets in it on the back stretch.
As they come down to complete lap number 1, the speed for Miss Budweiser, 132.5. For the Winston Eagle, just 4 miles off the pace, 128, and looks like he's going to push him, Dick.
In Evansville, Indiana, it was Scott Pierce who was telling us that he liked lane number 3. He thought under the flag start that we're using this year, lane number 3 was about perfect, and so far it is holding true for him. He started in lane 3 in Heat 1A. He is holding the lead right now. You saw Mark Tate try to come up on the outside into Winston Eagle. He was unable to take him in the turn. Now, I got to tell you, there are some very bad holes down in turn number 1. As a matter of fact, in the warm-ups, the Ellis Park boat with George Woods Jr. spun out and hit into one of those holes. I don't know if he did any damage to the boat or not, but he had a problem down there earlier. Right now, Winston Eagle, Mark Tate in second place. The leader is the Miss Budweiser. The driver of that boat is Scott Pierce.
Right now, Scotty Pierce is very close to a record. The record here for a 6-mile heat on a 2-mile course is 132.4, set by Chip Hanauer last year. Right now, he's about 132.3, not too far off the record as he comes down the back chute for the last time. The checker flag is waiting.
To remind everybody, as they are watching the races now, they have teamed up all of the fast boats into their respective heats, and the slower boats will go into the other heats, the alternate ones. So it's going to be matched up every time with the fast boats, in this case, the American Spirit, Valvoline, Miss Madison, Miss Budweiser, Ellis Park, and Winston Eagle, and that's done by qualifying. And look at the Winston Eagle closing down on Scott Pierce in the Miss Budweiser. Just a little bit over 4 boat lengths now separating them as they come down for the checkered flag. He's still trying to get it. They have not yet crossed the line. Here comes the Miss Budweiser. Scotty Pierce takes the win in Heat 1A. Mark Tate just on the outside of him.
And just to tick off their competition record for a 6-mile heat, 132.3, 1 eyelash off the record. All preliminary heats will be 3 laps. The final will be 5 laps. Here's the results. Miss Budweiser, Winston Eagle, American Spirit, Ellis Park, Valvoline, Miss Madison. Let's go to the Budweiser dock and Dick Crippen.
Well, Scott, you didn't exactly have the opportunity to take a joyride out there.
No, he pushes real hard, but, you know, the water's real bad, and the Miss Budweiser team really gives me a boat I can lay on the water, and that makes a big difference.
You knew going in that first turn there was going to be some traffic, and there certainly was.
Yeah. I got in there pretty clean, though, and all I really saw was Mark, and I just made sure I left enough room for everyone else to get through. But the water is so rough that any guy in lane 1 or 2 is going to be in real trouble trying to get through there. It's just, you know, trying not to hook it in that rough water. It's going to be real tough.
And the boss got to pace a good bit this run.
Oh, yeah, well, he did a great job with the Miss Budweiser, and it's going to take some fast running, and it's going to run faster before the day's over. Scotty's up to that.
Okay. Heat 1B, Harvey Motorsports, Miss D.O.C, THOR Racing, Miss Motorcraft, and Edge Shaving Gel. As the boats come down for the start, it's going to be D.O.C Ray-Ban Mitch Evans who's going to try to take control as they go down into turn number 1.
Mitch really takes that boat wide, gives everybody lots of room, and you have to there. Because right there, Dick, is, I think, the most dangerous part of this race course.
The way the currents flow on this river at that point, it makes big holes in the water. In other words, that space between the waves, and a boat can get launched and then all of a sudden go diving into it, as we saw with the Ellis Park earlier today. You saw a shot of Stephen David there just a moment ago in the Harvey Motorsports, and he's in a little bit of a battle now with Miss D.O.C on the outside. Now Stephen David takes advantage of it on the turn as he comes back under the bridge. He's going to be leading this race.
The D.O.C Ray-Ban entry comes on the outside wide underneath the Madison Ohio River Bridge. And look it, there's the MOTORCRAFT with Jack Schaefer Jr. coming off that corner. But look at the battle now. Miss D.O.C. Ray-Ban, neck to neck, deck to deck, if you will, with the Harvey Motorsports, driven by Steve David. This completes lap number 1.
Some great racing by these guys as they come around the corner, handling heavy and hopefully staying on the water. Miss MOTORCRAFT now in 3rd place. In 4th place, it is the Edge Shaving Gel boat of Larry Lauterbach. Stephen David still trying to hold on, but still being battled on the outside. There's your 4th place boat now as he powers through the turn. Still on the inside, Stephen David in the turbine-powered boat. On the outside, Mitch Evans in the D.O.C. Ray-Ban boat. And, of course, that is the old aircraft engine-powered boat. They are still hanging in there. One of the true thunderbolts on the circuit this year.
Well, lap 1, there was only about 3 miles an hour separating the lead boat, which is, of course, the Harvey Motorsports turbine, and the D.O.C. Ray-Ban has been challenging all along. Now the lead has widened as Steve David goes down into corner number 2 for the 2nd time. We're looking at Miss MOTORCRAFT coming off of corner number 4 to come down and complete lap number 1. There's your 2nd place boat, Miss D.O.C. Ray-Ban. And, oh, we've got a problem with the Edge Shaving Gel boat. Look! A problem with Jim Harvey's boat.
It looks like the boat driven by Stephen David has gone dead in the water, and there you can see the canopy problems with the Edge Shaving Gel boat. MOTORCRAFT now is trying to move up into 2nd place. There's your leader, D.O.C. Ray-Ban, Mitch Evans. Looks like he will win this race. Right now, I think that Larry Lauterbach is going to make the turn and try to make it into the pits with that cockpit blown open on it. We should be getting the checkered flag. There it is for the winner, Mitch Evans in the Miss D.O.C. Ray-Ban. Congratulations to him. A great job. 2nd place. This is a great day for this team. Miss MOTORCRAFT with Jack Schaefer Jr. Stephen David still down. He's got a problem with that boat. They have the emergency crews there. There's your finish. Only 2 boats taking the finish, Miss D.O.C. and Miss MOTORCRAFT. Let's go to the pits and Jim Hendrick. Jim?
Mitch, not too shabby. You pressed it all the way, but I see you have some structural damage.
Yeah, it looks like we lost the support in the wing, so we'll have to go back and try to patch it back together for the next heat, but everything else ran fine.
Were you surprised to see Steve David, the U2 Jim Harvey's boat, dead in the water when he came off in the last lap?
Yeah, I was kind of surprised. We were both running pretty good, and I was waiting for that last lap to really get after it, so I just went ahead and backed off and cruised on home.
The boats coming on the water will be the Valvoline Miss Madison with Mike Hanson as the driver. The U8 Ellis Park, George Woods Jr. driving that boat. The Winston Eagle, the U10, Mark Tate driving. The U12 Miss Budweiser, Scott Pierce. And rounding out the field, the U50 American Spirit, Mark Evans. In lane number 1, it's the Winston Eagle, the Miss Budweiser lane 2, Miss Madison in lane 3, and the American Spirit lane 4. And there's the start, and it looks like the Winston Eagle's going to try to grab it in turn number 1. He's going hard and full force.
And right beside him is the Miss Budweiser as they come off that apex of corners number 1 and 2. And start down the back chute, and oh, it's Budweiser. Shot out of there. Looks like the Winston hooked a little bit and lost a lot of ground, Dick.
Well, we talked about the holes down in there, and he may have caught one of them coming out. He lost a little bit of ground. He's still got the inside groove. The question is, will he try to hold on to it as he goes into turns 3 and 4? Budweiser still in the lead as they come down into that turn. Let's watch Mark Tate, the boat on the right side of your screen. As he comes down, he lost it a little bit, and he flowed right through the rooster tail. That could spell trouble for it. It looks like he's losing a little bit of power. As you can see on the outside, it looks like American Spirit is now trying to come up into 2nd place to try to take it away from Mark Tate. We'll see if the engine holds.
133.432 mile an hour for Scott Pierce in the Miss Budweiser.
2nd place is now the American Spirit, Mark Evans, and he's got to be happy. This is one of the best runs for the circuit for this particular boat. The Miss Budweiser is setting the pace out there. Scott Pierce, he's familiar. He's used to doing that. He likes it when he's out in front with good, clean water, and so far, he has got just that. 3rd place is the Valvoline Miss Madison, and 4th place now, the Winston Eagle, after losing power going through the rooster tail.
And remember, under the new format, the 5 top qualifiers will battle all day long to get in the final. The top 3 boats of the A group will get into the final. The top 2 boats from the B group get into the final. Then they battle in a last chance for those that are left to fill out the field. As we look at the American Spirit, currently running 2nd to this boat, the Miss Budweiser, who's just clocked 129.4 on lap number 2.
And a great shot as we see the power and feel the tremendous speed of that boat here on the Ohio River in Madison, Indiana. The VALVOLINE Miss Madison riding in 3rd place now for the hometown crowd. Boy, the support is there for that boat. Now, the Miss Madison started in lane 3. You remember, he doesn't like to start inside because he says he has a little problem getting it through on the tight turns. Trailing the field right now is the Winston Eagle, Mark Tate. There you saw the American Spirit, but here is your lead boat. Up in front of the pack is the Miss Budweiser, Scott Pearson. It's a good run for him. He didn't have any problem with the water at all.
130.692, the average for the Budweiser, the winner of Heat 2A.
2nd place is the American Spirit, Mark Evans, and he takes a very happy 2nd place, I am sure. The VALVOLINE Miss Madison finishes out in 3rd place, and the Winston Eagle finishes in 4th. These are the cumulative points for the A boats.
Okay, 2 in a row, but that seemed to be a little tighter, Scotty.
I don't think that inside lane's any place you want to be, and lane number 2 is not a slice of heaven, but Miss Budweiser handles just about anything we throw at her.
First of all, Harvey Motorsports, Stephen David, had to withdraw. They had that damage sponsored. Miss D.O.C, Mitch Evans, will be in this race. He is in lane number 4. The Edge Shaving Gel boat, Larry Lauterbach, is in lane number 1. THOR Racing, Jerry Hopp, the U7, is in lane number 2. And in lane 3, it's Jack Schaefer Jr. in the U9, Miss Motorcraft. Now, we've had one of the boats. It looks like THOR has gone dead in the water in the warm-ups between 3 and 4. There's the start of the race. It's going to be Edge on the inside. Motorcraft now in lane number 2, and the D.O.C. Ray-Ban on the far outside as they go honking down into turn number 1.
Oh, look at that boat run. Larry Lauterbach slowed way down coming off the exit pin, trying to get it back up. Here comes Jack Schaefer, sneaking up in his rooster tail. Look out! Jack Schaefer Jr. in Motorsports is going to challenge. Takes over on the back chute of lap number 1. We've got a race, Dick Crippen.
We certainly do, and we're going to see how these boats handle through the turn. It seems like Edge Shaving Gel is handling very well through the turns. He's got the inside groove. That should give them the advantage as they come into turns 3 and 4. He should be able to take the boat up into the lead position, but he's going to have to power on right away because Jack Schaefer Jr. is staying strong on the pedal as they come out of the turn. And that is exactly how they come out. Edge Shaving Gel is now your lead boat, but look right up there. He pulls alongside of him. On the outside, it is the Motorcraft boat, Jack Schaefer Jr. Both of these boats having great runs out here today after some early problems early on in the season.
Piston-powered boats cranking down the straightaway to complete lap number 1. Side by side, the yellow boat, Larry Lauterbach, and the white boat, Jack Schaefer Jr., both a couple of grizzled veterans.
And we remind everybody again, the Harvey Motorsports boat had to withdraw with sponson damage right there on that course. There are some holes in the water between the waves where they tend to crash down into them and ruin the sponsons, so that boat is out of it. And the THOR Racing Team boat went dead in the water during the warm-ups and did not start. And again, we have a neck-and-neck battle down the back stretch here on the Ohio River as they head down toward the bridge. Larry Lauterbach to the right on the inside, and the yellow boat on the white boat on the outside is Jack Schaefer Jr. In the Miss Motorcraft, the 3rd place boat is Miss D.O.C. Ray-Ban, Mitch Evans.
The gel shaving edge is powered by 2 Mercury Marine 500 cubic inch EFIs. Oh, and his canopy just popped over, and going by him to take over 1st place will be the Motorcraft powered by 2 blown Ford Marine high performance V8s.
Well, Larry Lauterbach has that blown canopy, but he's not backing off it at all. He's staying in the race, which is probably the safe thing to do at this point. They're going to go one more lap around. Now, I don't know whether the officials, they may have to disqualify that boat. This is the 2nd time today he's had a canopy problem. He also had a problem up in Detroit where the hatch underneath the boat actually blew open, and the water pressure coming up through the driver's section blew the canopy open. So it's possible that those latches are sprung on the boat.
He's gotten the black flag. I don't think he saw it, but your leader now is the Motorcraft with Jack Schaefer Jr. Officially in 2nd place will be the Miss D.O.C. Ray-Ban. And the disqualification now, they are saying on our radios that the Edge Shaving Gel is disqualified. Larry Lauterbach because of that hatch coming up. And coming for the checkered flag for the first time in a long time, Jack Schaefer Jr. of the Motorcraft.
Well, it's certainly the first win that he's had this season and the first win for that boat, and that's going to be a very special moment not only for Jack but the entire crew who's worked hard.
No points for this boat. The Miss Edge Shaving Gel disqualification. First place to Miss Motorcraft. The D.O.C. Ray-Ban's gone dead in the back chute and will not finish. Here's the points. Accumulative. Let's go down to the winning dock and Dick Crippen.
Well, Jack, that reminded me of a little good old boy racing.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. You know, Larry Lauterbach's been around 100 years like myself. We don't dye our hair gray. We earned it from boat racing, and going deck to deck with Larry and the Edge boat and the Motorcraft boat. It looks like real race boats. They make noise. The fans loved it. I couldn't have told you who was going to win. I saw that canopy open. I mean, you got to realize that Larry drove that boat with one hand because he was sitting there trying to hold that hatch down, and I had the advantage, but it was just a good race.
And the word is official. For the second time today, Larry Lauterbach's hatch has popped open. This one cost him points. He has been disqualified from this particular heat.